the Board of Assessors meeting of May 20th, 2021. It's 3 p.m. In accordance with the governor's order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law relating to the coronavirus outbreak. This meeting is a public meeting, but it's going to be physically closed to the public to avoid group congregation. However, to view the meeting in progress, please go to facebook.com/LakeCAM. You don't need an account to view the meeting. And this is being recorded, so it can be viewed at a later date on LakeCAM. So I think at the same time, I just called to order the meeting. And do we have any public comment? I don't think there's anybody on at this point. So, and I guess the first agenda item is to act upon fiscal 2022 3 ABC charitable applications. You know what, Harald, is that something we need to discuss in executive session or?
No, I don't think there's anything that would reveal any actual forms.
Okay.
David, you worked on all of the 3 ABCs. I guess I would ask you, David, if there were any new property owners that were seeking exemption, that maybe you could highlight those.
Yeah, there were
some new applicants, but they
were not needing to apply because of their religious exemption. So when we last met, we discussed that we would just push those through under that element of the code.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman, but
yeah.
Mr. Golden and Mr. Scheid are going to need to mute themselves when they're not speaking. Otherwise, we're going to get echo.
Feedback, yeah. I think Harald figured that out. So
I muted him. Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, all right. So when you're, I guess, Harald and David, when you guys aren't talking, just leave yourself on mute because you're in the same room and you're too close. So.
And you can use the space bar on your keyboard as a unmute temporarily and then let go when you're done. Thank you.
Thanks. Okay. So we don't need to act on any of the applications at this point, correct? Harald, I'm good at reading lips, but not that good.
I'm not seeing the typical mute button on my screen here, but in any case, David, you had prepared a list of folks, that is property owners and properties that sought exemption. You've reviewed all of those exemptions, and basically the board just needs to come in and sign the report. Is that right? Okay.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Thank goodness the state of emergency is over in a couple of weeks. I'm hoping they're going to let us meet in person again. But having said that, we will go to agenda item number 5. I'm assuming you're going to report on the Migration Division 8, Harald?
Well, maybe. I have to be honest, I haven't had a chance to follow up with anyone on the office budget and whether or not monies have been set aside for the Vision 8 upgrade. As I might have mentioned at an earlier meeting, Vision will, in the course of the coming year, no longer support Vision 6, the version that we're on. They're requiring all communities to migrate to Vision 8. Of course, none of that comes free. There's a cost to that, and I haven't seen whether town meeting actually approved within our budget an appropriation for that, and we were kind of straight out today, so I didn't have a chance to see whether that happened. Do you have a sense, John?
Well, what I can tell you is that there were no adjustments to our budget as proposed, and nothing got changed at town meeting. So I'm assuming that would be under computer and GIS services. Is that where we would put that figure?
Well, only if we saw a marked bump in that figure. I don't happen to have the budget in front of me.
Yeah, I'll forward you the copy that I have. But if we put it in, the only question would be is if we didn't ask to put it in, then obviously without us asking, they wouldn't have included it. So I will forward you a copy, and then Todd's probably there today, right? If not, we can follow. It's irrelevant whether he's there or not. We can.
Honestly, this is just an FYI. This is something that we could take up at a future meeting.
Okay.
Well,
All right. Well, we need to look into it anyways, but next agenda item, tax title research update that David started reporting on last meeting. So where are we with that?
Yeah, so I began the process of doing a deep dive to all of the properties that are currently in tax title. There are 99 of them. Many of them are going to require me to go out to the property to check them out and see what's going on there. There were a few that have already been taken by the town of Lakeville, as I found in my research. I also worked with the treasurer collector to look at any very high balance properties to see if they had any payment history. A number of them did have recent payment history, but the vast majority of them don't have a payment history. So the next phase for me is to schedule some visits to the property, some inspections. That'll happen over the coming weeks, and I'll continue to take notes and eventually present recommendations to you folks when that is completed.
Do we have are we going to break this down into smaller bites, so to speak, and do 5 at a time or 10 at a time, or are we waiting to do inspections on the whole group of them and bring everything to us at once?
John, I'm not hearing you.
All the segments, right?
You can certainly break
Break them into smaller segments as inspections happen.
Okay, so and please, rest of the board, jump in. I'm thinking, you know, if we turn around, and we normally meet at least once a month. So, you know, each month maybe, you know, we can knock a few of these off at a time, and you know, to get some traction here. Anyone else have any questions or comments on that update the tax title? Next agenda item, sign various documents. As we all know, and I am repetitive at saying, when you have a chance, swing by town hall where we don't have in-person meetings. We still need to sign various bills and articles and whatnot. So when you get a chance, swing by. Linda's been doing a good job of keeping us updated as far as when things are available. I think she just literally sent an email this afternoon that something else was available and ready for us to sign. So when you get a chance, guys, let's see. Do we have any, I'm going to go through new and old business because I know we need to go into executive session so that when we do exit, we don't have to come back to open session. Do we have any new business? Anyone? Any old business?
None.
Okay, so at this point, what I will do is entertain a motion to close or adjourn the regular Board of Assessors meeting at, I guess we'll call it 3:11 p.m. and to go into executive session, not to return to open session, to discuss a number of abatements.
So moved.
Okay, we have a motion. We have a second.
Seconded.
David seconded it. Roll call vote. John Pink,
Aye.
Dave Lamoureux,
Aye.
John Oliveri, aye. So we've closed this session. Everyone has their link to the executive session.